Hello, how you doing? My name is Turnsville, aka Setsu. That's my channel on YouTube. But this is for the Ting contest thing. The thing I dislike most about mobile phones and stuff, like companies like Sprint, AT&T, and all those little bitty companies like that, I hate mostly what I really dislike is, one, the customer service, two, the price, and three, how like none of those companies actually care about like me. None of them really do. The company I'm with is Ting right now, and I really don't think that AT&T, Sprint, Verizon, none of those can't, like, I work at GameStop. I have two jobs, and I still couldn't afford a regular plan on Sprint. I really can't afford a regular plan on Verizon, and definitely can't afford a fucking service. But it's just like where Ting, they have, as soon as you call them, you talking to a person. You ain't talking to no machine. You ain't talking to putting in no numbers or any shit like that. You talking to a person. Soon as you pick up, as soon as you dial a number, they talking to a person. That's what you're doing. Two, even though their phones ain't cheap, they plan it's like where you buying the phone, you buying the phone instead of going to like a 2-year contract, and it's like, oh, you have to pay this much for the phone, pay this much for your regular bill, and taxes. It ain't none of that. You actually pay for what you use. I'd rather pay for what I use in like $80 a month, and I use unlimited. I pay for what I use. If I use 80, I use 80. If I use 30, I use 30. If I use 50, I use 50. I don't have a solid rate, and I'm happy about that, because if I don't use my phone for a month, I will not be charged, and that makes me happy. But that's neither here nor there. But they, compared to Ting, their customer service is horrible. Like, I came from Sprint. Me, personally, I came from Sprint. And I was charged. The reason I left Sprint is because they charged me for calls I didn't pick up on. So I called and told them about it. This turned into a 3-week battle before I just said I'm not paying them. They turned into a 3-week battle before I said I'm just not going to pay y'all. Because only reason I didn't do the indetermination fee with Ting to get like 75% credit or something like that is because I couldn't take it no more. And they said I couldn't port over my number, and they said I couldn't port over my number without having all my account details. So I just canceled it. I couldn't do it no more. Mainly, it's like my bill got up to like $300, and I didn't even use it because they charged me for calls I didn't even pick up on. Calls that's from Canada, or people that call me from different states and stuff like that, and they couldn't help me. They said, and then people on their end said they was wrong, and then they called the manager and said they was right, and then they called somebody else and said they was wrong. So it was too many discrepancies to like, because they said it was on their end at first, then they said it was my fault, then they said it was on their end again, and all them discrepancies just make everything not flow well. It make you hate a company, and it, on top of that, it seems like they don't care about you. Like, they don't care about what I make. They don't care. If I plan on getting a phone, I should be able to pay for it, right? But if you can make, they can make everything they have affordable. They probably lose a few, off what they making now because they don't care about nobody. But they ain't thinking about making their company better, making people like them, making people do this and that better for their company, so people will actually like their company and come to their company just because they like the company, not because they cheap or because they got this feature or that feature or this, that, and the other. It's more along the lines of, if I like a company, if I look at a company and I can honestly say I like you, I think they care about me, I will go for you if I can afford it. If I can't afford it, I probably won't get anything else. Only reason I didn't get Ting in the first place because I didn't know about it until Philip DeFranco filled me in. I It's the pun. I hate that pun, but I love it at the same time. But still, Philip Franco, he told me about it, and I looked it up, and I was like, I'm gonna get that one day as soon as my plan is up. And then this happened, and it actually, every time I call Ting, I'm happy because I'm actually talking to somebody. Sometimes I don't mind the robot because I only go through like one stage with other companies, but nothing beats the feeling of going straight to a person, because that is what I do every time I get on any kind of phone with any kind of company. Can I speak to a representative? I don't even have to ask now, and that makes me happy. But I love Ting. And people will be like, "Oh, my bill is cheaper than yours," but I say, "I bet you still got to go through Sprint or AT&T or Verizon or like this, that, and the other. You only can use this many minutes, or you get this gauged or that gauged, and this, that, and the other." I'm like, no, I got Ting. I pay for what I use. No matter what I use, I pay for it, and I love that. I love that fact. And I would love to win the Nexus 5 and a year's worth of service. That'll be sweet. But yeah, that's all I got. I might post this to my I'm gonna post this to my channel too. So my name's like and subscribe if you want to, because I ain't put up a video in a while. So hey, Ting contest, everybody wish me luck. So bye.